the sunshine of Darwin, and we have race number 7 coming up next, the Mercedes-Benz Class 6 Handicap over the 1,600 metres. Yarraman, 3 out of 3, the top weight. I noticed its favourite on the Super Tab in that call. You just did, Greg, at $3.20. It's won the last 3 over this distance at the track, defeating Glycerin, which is also engaged in the race. It's up only half a kilo on that win, and the locals think that shouldn't worry him. Yarraman should be right in there amongst it at the finish. It is the favourite as well on track at about 7-4. Duntroon Lad, number 3, has won 3 times at this track, and once here over the 1,600 metres. Shouldn't really be left out. Trained down at Alice Springs, showing pretty good odds, about $9.60 on the tote in that update. Glycerin, we mentioned, was beaten by Yarraman last start, only beaten a half neck over this distance. It drops half a kilo on that run, so it meets Yarraman effectively a kilo better for the next defeat. And down at the bottom, number 14, Super League. Neil Williams, great jockey aboard here, was only beaten...
Getting set the valley.
Yeah, OK, only beaten a 1.2 lengths by Yarraman, 4th in that race, as mentioned, and it's some weight at the some chance at that weight. But we'll make it 1 to win from 3 and 10, and with 14 a chance, Super League.
Answers driving through to be 3 back the fences. Liam Ladd clears out.
1, 3, 10, and for those who can afford it, 14 in your multiples. Not too far off his start at Darwin. He did box the last trifecta, and it paid $100.50 for every dollar invested on the trifecta. Now they're just about set for Darwin. Race number 7, the Mercedes-Benz Class 6 Handicap.
It's 9 openers, Wangaro Starlet, 980, digital.
Away they go. From the inside, Duntroon Lad hopped out well. Super League away quickly with Concur and also Currency Road. Deep out, Trimmingham trying to cross the field from Glycerine. As a high back of the tail is Yarraman, off the bit early in the race, dropping out to last Charlie Bombo. And Bill's Preference and in game plan in front of it as they go into the back. With about 1,300 metres to travel, it's Duntroon Lad in front by a head Super League. A length away, Trimmingham trapped out deep around Glycerine and Currency Road. The rails, 1.5 Concur. A neck further back, game plan, a little over a length to As a high behind it, Yarraman. 3 or 4 further back, Bill's Preference, and 4 last of all is Charlie Bombo inside the 1,000. And Super League hard ridden over on the outside takes a narrow lead from Duntroon Lad. Trimmingham's never seen the rails in the set of Glycerine on the inside, Currency Road. Another length to game plan working forward from As a high. Then Concur, Yarraman scrubbed up with Bill's Preference, and 2 last of all is Charlie Bombo. 6.50 out and the leader Super League on the inside. Duntroon Lad still going okay. Trimmingham is there, a length and a half to Currency Road from game plan. Charlie Bombo is still last, but winding up in front of it as a high. Concur struggling, and Yarraman back near the inside. I need to do plenty from Glycerine as they corner. 400 metres out. Duntroon Lad on the inside again takes the lead from Super League. Currency Road, Trimmingham further back as a high on the inside. Concur, Charlie Bombo and game plan. Duntroon Lad down to the 200 metre mark, the leader. On the outside, Super League can't match him. Currency Road, the rails, the rest are struggling. Duntroon Lad, hands and heels in front here of Currency Road on the inside, then Super League, and it's starting to draw away Duntroon Lad. Duntroon Lad, another one for Nev Connor. Gets home and wins by 2 lengths to Currency Road. Oh, Yarraman got going when it was all over. Might have pinched third from Super League and Concur. They beat the others out of sight. Game plan, As a high, poor run Charlie Bombo, then Trimmingham, Bill's Preference, and last in was Glycerine.
Number 3, Duntroon Lad, $9, 2.60. 12 Currency Road, 2.60. 1 Yarraman, $2.
Number 3, the winner, Duntroon Lad, 8.70, 2.80. 12 Currency Road, $3 even, and 1 Yarraman at $1.80. 3.12 and a photo officially.
A little bit. Second placing to number 12, Currency Road, Simon Price. And we wait on third. It is a photo. I think Yarraman's perhaps poked his head through on the inside to get this. After never being in the race at any stage, he and the other favourite, Charlie Bombo, is a shocker. Absolute shocker. The winner, Duntroon Lad, is by Bletchencourt out of Tallahassee, a Zamazan mare. Raced by Mr. and Mrs. Nev Connor, trained by Nev Connor at Alice Springs. And Jason Clifford, the rider. It's a double to Nev here today, and which would put him, I think, the leading trainer for the carnival.
Race 9, Moonee Valley openers. 1, Wayne Garros. And race number 8 from Darwin will have openers in the cup. Race number 8 from Darwin will have openers in the cup very shortly. In fact, right now. Number 1, Dynamic Tycoon for Lee Friedman, 3.60, 2.40. 2, Only Chance, 33 and 8.10. 3, Sundance Kid, 13, 3.70. 4's out. 5, Touch of Fantasy, 4.70, 1.70. 6, Belial, 10.70, 3.40. 7, Royal Brought to you by Valley Travel Tuggeranong. Enjoy the excitement of the Melbourne Spring Racing Carnival on one of the many package tours available. For further details, give Walter a call at Valley Travel on 6293 2900. Here's Paul Langham at the track, Fanny Bay. How are you, Paul?
Thanks, Greg. I'm well. We're 2 minutes away from race time start at 5:50, and the runners are on their way to the start. Dynamic Tycoon, the top weight here, won the Darwin Guineas and the Northern Territory Derby, that's last 2 starts. Trained by Lee Friedman, 2 starts this distance for 2 wins. Lesbia aboard, looks the one to beat in the race. Only chance number 2, weakened over 1600 last Wednesday here. Was a winner last year of the Townsville Cup, but looks a rough chance only. 3 Sundance Kid is a WA galloper, second of its last 2 starts here over 1600, but it is its first start at the longer distance. Touch of Fantasy, number 5, a winner 2 starts back here over 1900 with Darren Gouchy aboard. Has to be one of the chances in the race. Balearly, this is the one I like a bit. It won last 3 starts over 1400 and 1600. It's got Craig Williams aboard, drops 3 kilos on its last start win and is a big chance in the race. Royal Consort, number 7, locally trained. It's not racing really well of late. Number 8, Grandeur, won the Catherine Cup over 1600, the Adelaide River Cup over 1700, disappointing 8th over 1900 last start. Law of the Land, number 9, and Alice Springs trained. Galloper ran second in the Alice Cup, has been prepared. This one, the trainer setting Law of the Land for the Cup. Yellow Limit, number 10, from the Strong Hay stable. Simon Price aboard. It was a winner last 3 starts back at Park over 2000, then won at Morpheville over 1800 before 7th over the shorter distance here. Is a big hope in the race. Daybreak Treat, number 11, is not racing that well of late. However, it is from a strong South Australian stable of David Belfer and does have Jim Cassidy aboard, which brings it into the race. Do Right, number 12, Alice Springs trained. Third to Balearly last start is a rough chance, and 14 Lord Matthew, the outsider of the field. 2 starts here haven't been flattering since coming from Melbourne, 6th of 10 and last of 8, so that's really the outsider. But summing it up, we'll go 6 Balearly for a bit of value on top each way, from 1 Dynamic Tycoon and 10 Yellow Limit and a couple of roughies, 3 Sundance Kid and 5 Touch of Fantasy. So we'll go 6 from 1, 10, throw 3 and 5 in if you can afford it in the trebles, or in the trifectas, I should say. And good luck with the investments on the big one up here. And Greg, I can just picture you sitting in the studio back there at Dixon, cold, dark, and
it is dark.
A Canberra day, a typical Canberra day. It'll be dark outside. It'll be about, 3 or 4 degrees at the moment? Yeah, lovely. It's beautiful here. Yes. And we must thank our very good friends at Valley Travel down in Tuggeranong for all the reports today. Jump on the phone to Walter or any of the crew. They'll be able to book you a ticket out of Canberra to enjoy the sunshine all around Australia, especially up here in Darwin.
Good on you, Jock. Paul.
Sorry?
Good on you. Thank you very much.
Good on you, Greg. I'll give you a call back after the Cup and we'll wrap the race up. Good to talk to you throughout the day, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thanks very much. They're moving in for the Darwin Cup. The favourite is number 1, Dynamic Tycoon, at 310, 170. Second pick, 5, Touch of Fantasy at 490, 190. And then we head out to Yellow Limit at 650 and 220. Paul Langham's each way tip in the Cup is 6 Baleal at 970 and 3 even.
Favourite, Touch of Fantasy. And racing. Listen to that crowd. Away they go. Dynamic Tycoon began brilliantly from an inside gate. Only chance away well with Belial. Yellow Limit is going to go over to the inside from Touch of Fantasy. Nice and handy at the judges' box. A length away to Do Right. Then Daybreak Treat off the bit early on the outside. Sundance Kid. The pace is on. Further back in the field, Royal Consort, followed then by Law of the Land back near the tail with Grandeur. And last of all is Lord Matthews, 1,500 metres out. And the Victorian on top. Dynamic Tycoon going for the Triple Crown, leading by 3 parts of a length now. Length Belial. Only chance pulling double over on the outside. Do Riders on the fence in the box seat. A length the Yellow Limit. Then comes Touch of Fantasy. A length and a half further back. Sundance Kid, followed by Lord Matthew going forward. Then Royal Consort with Daybreak Treat. Only chance has drifted rather back on the inside of it. Then was Grandeur. And last of all is Law of the Land. 1,100 metres out. Dynamic Tycoon held together 3 parts. Belial, I think, to Do Right. A half to only chance. 1 to Yellow Limit out 3 deep. Then comes around them Lord Matthew. Touch of Fantasy into the centre. A length further back. Sundance Kid going up on the inside from Daybreak Treat. Well back then Royal Consort, Law of the Land, and last of all is Grandeur. 800 metres out. Dynamic Tycoon a half. Belial, I think, to Do Right on the outside. Touch of Fantasy. Fantasy letting go. Touch of Fantasy quickly up on the outside. Then comes Yellow Limit away from the rails. Lord Matthew is deep. Sundance Kid going forward. Dropping back their only chance. Passed by Law of the Land with Grandeur. At the head of the others on the turn, Royal Consort and Daybreak Treat as they corner. Sundance Kid the outside. Dynamic Tycoon's gone. And taking the lead, Sundance Kid. Touch of Fantasy. Belial on the inside. Then Do Right. They've broken right away from the others. Headed further back by Yellow Limit down to the 250. Sundance Kid and Belial have come away. Touch of Fantasy can't win. Do Right battling away. 150 out. Belial on the inside and Sundance Kid. Belial takes the lead. Do Right trying to get to them. Belial in front near home. Sundance Kid. Belial drawing away. Belial wins the cup. A half length. Sundance Kid. A length away. Do Right. 5 away. Royal Consort. Then Touch of Fantasy. Law of the Land. Grandeur. Daybreak Treat. Only Chance. Yellow Limit. Dynamic Tycoon. Second last and last in Lord Matthew.
Paul Langham is a genius. Number 6, the winner, Belial, to return 10.20, 3.10, 3 Sundance Kid, 3.30 and 12 Do Right, 4.70. Winning jockey, Craig Williams.
Thrill for Craig Williams.
And Belial is going to return 9.90 and 3.10. 3 Sundance Kid, 4.40 and 12 Do Right, $5.20. Let's go back to Brian.
Will be third. 6, 3 and 12 in the Darwin Cup. The winner, trained now at Alice Springs by Peter Moody, is by Bellotto out of Upperly Mobile, a vain mare. So you wonder where it gets the endurance to run the 2000 from, but it's been able to do it. Raced by Peter Moody, C.D. Enoch, M.J. Marior, J. Samini, Miss J. Kalapari, and Mrs. R.J. Moody. And the Victorian rider, Craig Williams, the winner. The winning jockey in this year's Darwin Cup. Second placing to Sundance Kid by Czar out of Rock and Rhythm, Kerry Ward at Redcliffe, Stephen Burrows, and third placing going to number 12 Do Right, ridden by Nigel King, by Kalias out of Miss Do Right, Viv Oldfield. Fourth placing in the Cup to number 7, Royal Consort, who's come from near the tail, and fifth into number 5, Touch of Fantasy. A half length the winning margin, a length second and third. 1.7 is only 0.3 outside the track record. 1.7, a half length by 1. And what do you say about Dynamic Tycoon? You say nothing. What do you say about Touch of Fantasy? They were expected to fight the race out, and they haven't even been able to run a place. All credit to the winner, Belial. A great effort, Sundance Kid having his first crack at the distance, as was Belial. And the gallant Do Right in third place.
6, 3 and 12 on.
Race 6 from Belmont. The sub is 4, Brooklyn Bridge. Number 1, Cash in the Bank, 7.30 and 2.50. 2, Crusoe, 4.70, 1.70. Repeating sub is 4, Brooklyn Bridge. Previous league winner was number 6 in the double. With number... Not too far for start, Belmont. We'll have Paul Langham online just after this Belmont event to wrap things up from Darwin. Repeating, the winner of this year's Darwin Cup was none other than Paul's each-way tip in the race, Belial, at about $10.20.
The favourite 2, Crusoe, at $4 and 180. And
time this afternoon, the Darwin Cup trackside reports are proudly brought to you by Valley Travel. If you're a golf fan, head to Melbourne for the President's Cup in December on the President's Cup Package Tour. For further details, give Walter a call at Valley Travel on 6293 2900. Let's go to Paul. Hey, I can see you, Paul, on Sky Channel.
Would you like me to watch
Yeah.
the Canberra audience?
Yeah, you better wave.
Or something?
Yeah, you better
Give them a wave to all the folk down there in the tabs in Canberra. Yeah, it's, as you can see by the scene here on the lawn, Greg, there's people everywhere. They're having an absolute ball today here at Darwin for the Carlton Darwin Cup. And that winner, well, we managed to find it in the selections, which is good. Balili at about $10 odd on the Super Tab, which is great news. So Balili taking out the cup from Sundance Kid and Do Right in what has been a sensational day of racing here at the Fanny Bay racetrack. And I'm sure those that managed to get to a pub or a club or a tab could see all the action coming in here from what is a unique race meeting in Australia on the sand and dirt track. The oil base, they put that down to stop it flying around too much. But all in all, it's just a party atmosphere. Everybody has a ball at Darwin. We've had a great time here today, bringing you the reports. And again, we thank Valley Travel down there at Tuggeranong, Walter and all the crew for their kind assistance with that. So we'll wrap it up on that note. Greg, we'll go out a winner with Belili. I'll go and collect my little win there. And it's been good working with you, Greg, for the afternoon. And we'll catch up with everybody next Saturday afternoon back in the nation's capital for the National Racing Service.
All right, thanks very much for your help this afternoon, Paul, and very good tipping.
Yeah, well, as I said, we managed to find a few winners. It's the luck of the draw sometimes, especially coming to a track that's not familiar to us. But the club have put out a good race book. There was some good form in the book and some good form comment, which always helps. And, well, as I said, everyone's had a great day here today at the Carlton United Carlton Darwin Cup. It's been a sensational day, been a sensational few days up here in Darwin. And we'll catch up with you again soon. Greg Hayes, thanks for your help in the studio there today.
Nice Triple S shirt too.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll speak to you on Saturday. The time is 5 minutes past 6. Jeff Tutt up very shortly and going Greyhounds at about 6:15.
Manor line moves in.
The line is good. Stand by. About to go. Light about to come on. They're ready.